Ooh. All right. I am back. I am once again taking an hour out of my day, setting my work aside, and we're gonna stream Baldur's Gate Honor mode. I totally forgot yesterday about the biggest problem facing me right now, which is the harpies. Pretty good chance the harpies just kill me, but we're gonna do our best. We're just pretty standard builds right now. I'm not sure when I'm going to transition to my thrown weapon build. We're going to find out. I'm just going to continue with looting everything. I need to set up my action bar here. It's not quite right. I want to get this right. Don't need any of these things. Okay, easy. And then we gotta bind our weapon. Alright. Same thing here. These are really the only two I need to worry about. Not gonna be keeping the other party members. So we'll just let them be whatever they are right now. I think once we get past the harpies, we could probably make an attempt. I'm not going to talk to them because usually that just results in losing some of your stuff, and money's tight. Alright, so the druids get mad, they walk away. Big thing here is we got to try to save Saza. Not Saza. Wrong NPC. We got to try to save Arabella, because the druids are going to kill her. They're going to kill this little girl. Kind of messed up. Makes it hard to see the druids as heroic. They're all scared. They're doing this big ceremony with their idol right now, because they are aware that there's a lot of goblins in the area, and that's unusual for them. And their archdruid left. He went off looking for something. And they've been encountering people infected with Mind Flayer parasites. Now, these are not small things in the story of the D&D universe. Talk to Volo real quick. So, usually, what I would do now is I would buy the Whispering Promise. That's just for reference. If you're running a group and you have a healer, the Whispering Promise is incredible. Probably the single best item you can buy in the entire game. 668 gold for that. So we're not going to get it. We'll just sell some things. Keep the scroll. Probably good for now. Sure. Alright, tell him to be careful, because he's going to the goblin camp, which is just straight up kooky dukes. Yeah, he crazy man. I'm not running any kind of healer. Grab the item that's hidden under the rock here. Pick up some fish. Go ahead and ungroup. Head over here. There's a chest to open. Hiding over here. Grab that stuff. Easy. And then we're going to go in and talk to Kaga, whatever her name is. Now here's the thing. With an honor mode run, we are not guaranteed to save Arabella. We could roll poorly on this dialogue check. One of the risks of running a low charisma group is that you tend to fail dialogue checks a lot. For the most part, I'm okay with that, but there are a few key moments you don't really want to fail. And so far, We've been incredibly fortunate. We haven't failed any key moments with our dialogue checks. See how we do. Do. What's her actual crime? Oh, she's a parasite. Okay. Okay, so we got nothing. Yeah, we're a big old -1. Don't you druids cherish harmony? We gotta make a 12. We did it. Got lucky again. Alright, Arabella is saved. Goodbye, Arabella. You're welcome, we rescued you. Alright, we gotta do a little bit here inside the inner sanctum. Be friendly to her. We're just gonna... Okay. Better speak to Zevlor, I guess. We are gonna want to kill Korga later. She has an amulet that is gonna be core to our giant barbarian. So we're gonna want to get that. She's got her hidden chest back here. So we're gonna sneak a peek inside and we're gonna read this, which is going to advance that quest, give us a way to overthrow Korga, as they call her later on. Now the other thing we need to do is we are infected with a parasite, and so our main quest line right now is to search for a healer, and Nettie is the best that we've got. Nettie's not a great healer, but she's the best we got. I like to wait patiently. I like to be polite. I have a tadpole. Can you help me? Alright. I also like to grab... I know I didn't grab the Fane painting. I do like to grab the Losa painting. I liked Losa's storyline in Divinity. Original Sin 2. She was my favorite character. Alright. Looking for a less grave cure. See what we can do. I'll take anything that can help. Are you gonna stab me in the eye with a stick? I was kidnapped and infected. Okay, I swear I will keep it. What do you mean should be changing? Oh, you want me to get Halson, huh? What do you want me to do? Alright, I'll find Halson. Alright, there we go. All of that is done now. Alright, so we just need to wait for her to wander away. We'll go ahead and crouch, and we will pick up the specimen at this time. That's fine. We're not going to loot anything else. We're just going to get out of here. Alright, so we've invested all this time and effort into setting this up. And now we're going to go fight the harpies and maybe die. That's just sort of how it is. The harpies are... D&D has some ways that it's not necessarily... I don't know. Maybe it's a good design. I don't know that I would call it a good design. Basically, there are a lot of things in D&D that are absolutely just random chance. Like, there is not controllable. That's my impression of D&D from playing it. Because you cannot control how the dice are going to roll, there are some things that you just can't control. And I think, you know, like that's an upside and it's a downside to D&D. What's the song about? She should keep playing. We're going to skip that. Go ahead and cry if you need to. Oh, that sounds terrible. All right, we're friends. You get to keep Alfira. So what they did with Alfira is if you're playing a Dark Urge run, you know, Alfira's not going to make it past Act 1. But in any other run where Alfira's going to survive, She, in Act 2, will give you the most overpowered item ever created for a warlock ever. It takes your charisma modifier and it gives you temporary health automatically every round, equal to your charisma modifier, which is, I mean, that's broken right there. If that was the only thing that the robe that she gives you did, that would be busted. But it's not. The other thing that it does is it adds your... I don't have a shovel for some reason. Hold up. When did I sell my shovel? Well, I goofed. I'll have to come back with a shovel. I must have sold it. Alright, whatever. That doesn't matter. It also adds your charisma modifier a second time to your spells. Your cantrips specifically. Not to your spells. But just your cantrips. But as anybody who's familiar with the warlock class would know, warlocks have the best cantrip in the entire game. Eldritch Blast. So it juices up Eldritch Blast. No, I'm not going to listen. You should come back. Alright, so here we are. Harpy fight. Now, here's what's bad about the harpy fight. They could take you out of the fight, right? That's bad. Nobody likes that. I'll jump. Can I get to her? No. But I can shoot her with a crossbow. With the luring song, they can take you out of the fight. And then the other thing is that they hit so hard. They hit for like 20 damage, so they can just one-shot you. That was a 7. 7's not bad. 7's okay. They get to go first, and all of these characters could be unusable. And then if at any point Murkon dies, then this whole thing was totally pointless. So he's lured. I don't get to use him. So I don't even get to use all of my characters. I'm going to go ahead and rage because it, reduces the damage taken, basically. We'll just try to deal with this one. And she's lured too. So I got 2 people out of the fight immediately. He's lured. If he gets close to a harpy, they just kill, he dies in 1 hit. So that's not great. So basically, like, you want to get them to stop singing their doofy little song if you can. I didn't, but I did hurt both of them. I still have a bonus action. We want to definitely be drinking our health potions because we're going to take a boatload of damage. Oh my. Yeah, got a little something on my nose. My apologies. Ooh, got to use repost. That's good. Did they kill the little boy already? Oh no, he's right there. Okay, we're fine. Okay. Murkon's alive. We're all good. He's still lured. So that sucks. I have continued to resist. There's an 11 damage. And now I didn't rage this time, so I can heal. She's still lured. He's still lured. Yeah, not good. I'm going to just go ahead and hit them both again, I think. Oh, she saved her concentration. That sucks. Seems it's impossible to break her concentration. Okay, so she's not lured. He's still walking in. Got another repost. That's good. He's still alive, so I'm a fan of that. That would have been 10. Like that. He got hit for 11. Oh, is she going to go for him? No. Okay, grand. Oh, let's try to get her, because she's close to the guy we want to keep alive, you know? So we're going to sprint. Sprinting should allow us to get up there. Ooh, 1 damage. That's huge. Okay. Go ahead and use our bonus action again. So we can't jump, but we can kind of... Oh, she got lured again. Haven't been able to heal Lizelle because... Oh, he's dead. So, that sucks. So the whole point of going to the harpies is now screwed. So now it's just a matter of, is our honor mode run over or not, basically. Of course I don't have advantage. Why would I have advantage, right? Can't even hit her. So, as I was saying, like, this is the thing about D&D that is obnoxious. Particularly in like a video game setting, is like I needed him to stay alive in order to enable you know, most of what I want to do in the game. And so now there's huge parts of the game that are closed off from me. So the whole concept of doing like, I want to do an honor mode run where I do all the content, you know, it's immediately ruined because of something that I have zero control over. There was absolutely nothing I could do to save him. So, you know, shrug, I guess. And that's where, like, the things in D&D that are not controllable, like, that's good in a way. There are ways in which that is a good thing because it really can enhance the role play experience to have things that you can't control. Like, you don't know how it's going to go. So it's always a risk. And that, you know, that introduces a lot of enjoyment in the game. But specifically in terms of like playing a video game, the things you can't control kind of suck, right? Because now I can't go and talk to Mole. I can't get the quest to get the Ring of Protection. You know, that's all shot. That's all over. So, you know, whatever. Meh. Moving on. We survived. There's been lots of playthroughs where, even on Tactician, like you would die to the harpies. It's not a guaranteed thing. But we're gonna press forward. This run might not last anyway. We might not be able to complete this because we still have some very risky encounters ahead, like the owl bear encounter specifically. That's coming up. Just some storyline. Whoops. Gonna take a little damage there. Wasn't thinking. May as well have color spray. There's no harm. I don't know why it puts it there. Actually, let's take a look at this. I'm gonna put the fighter things there, along with that, and light. So we'll just have like attack actions here. So attack, control. That makes more sense. All right, let's put our party back together and head back in. That part is done with the harpies. So now we go talk to Arabella's parents, which is kind of like, if you know the lore of the story, talking to Arabella's parents screws them over. They end up dying in Act 2 because they feel compelled to give us a reward here in Act 1. Now, I don't really care. Like, I wish there was a way to reject the reward. All I want is the XP. I don't even think the XP matters, but I'm just used to doing things a certain way, so I'm going to keep doing them a certain way.
Our little hellion told us what happened.
Okay, so there we got that. We'll just pop that on somebody. Doesn't matter. And we can't talk to Mole because we don't have the password, so he won't show us the entrance. So that's done. So let's go save Saza so we can get into the Druid camp, because that's really our next move. We want to get all of our items from the Druid camp. So there's another persuasion check here in this encounter that we want to succeed. So we got a step between her and the goblin. And then I like this one. All of them are -1, so yeah. I think we're rolling low. There's a good chance we're going to burn all of our inspiration and get nowhere. That is the nature of the honor mode. Hey, we did it. Why do I care? It's for you, not for her. Okay. Who's this goddess? You caught my interest. I'd certainly like to meet her. Deal, I'll get you out of here. Okay, now, I strongly recommend you leave Saza, because if you get her out now, she's going to come join you in the next fight, and there's a reasonable chance she dies. She has a little bit of utility right now. She's going to help us get into the goblin camp without initiating combat, which is useful, because then we can buy some items that we really want to have. So, she's just there yelling hateful things. Alright, now, for this fight, in one of their patches, they did this really obnoxious thing where they put this goblin in place, and he just he stands there for a while, and so you can't come up and get the rune yet. Maybe they were just like dissatisfied with people skipping the, oh my word, like why would they even do that? What are they doing? Sometimes the automatic pathing doesn't make any sense in this game, but whatever. Alright, it worked out. They hid. And we're off. We're off to the races. I generally say just use your action surge. No real reason to save it. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. It kind of, it messes things up. It takes away a turn when you forget to act. And of course he's going to miss, so this is going to be way harder than it needed to be. Yeah, just a goofy mistake. Got in a rush. Managing turn order is actually pretty important. You see they've all got little wait symbols on them, so now they have to wait as if they got a surprise round. Which I think is a stupid, it's a stupid way of handling that interaction, but whatever. Just part of the game. It's how they chose to make it. So, it is what it is. That's why it's super important not to end your turn until you've acted with all your still hiding characters. Because if you do, then the enemy gets like this whole silly surprise round that I don't, like, why do they get it? I don't know, but they do. Of course I'm gonna miss. That only makes sense. It only makes sense that you would miss every time. I think she must have, she has 1 health left. And she has a potty mouth, too. I have no bonus actions. So, probably going to take more damage. Do I not have actions? What's going on? Okay, there we go. Good deal. Alright. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to get up to him. I'm going to have to try to shoot him. course I can't. I'll go ahead and heal. That's a no health potion heal. Good. Missed. Nice thing about rogues with their cunning actions is you get an extra dash. Won't be able to do a sneak attack. There we go. Yeah, because of course. Sure. If I try to run past his silly warg, I won't. I'll just get hit. So this has got to extend pointlessly for another round because of that, which is fine. Just the way D&D works. There we go. Okay, we got that all apart. Karlach got completely destroyed. So I'll probably just have to do another short rest. Won't get as far as I would like without a long rest. That's okay. I think, you know, like, after multiple playthroughs, I would say the most tedious part of Baldur's Gate 3 is all the looting. Like, it's the best part and the worst part at the same time, right? Like, moving stuff around is just silly. I didn't detect the trap, so I'm gonna get hit with a fireball. So I'm glad I didn't do my short rest yet. We'll see how much it hurts. There's just like a little staff in here. It's nothing big. 3 damage. Not too bad. Alright, and then we'll hold off, because sometimes when you jump down you take a little damage and you end up having to heal up from that as well. I don't want to lose some of this stuff, but some of this stuff I don't care about either. I guess I stopped moving. Sometimes when you sort your bags, you stop moving. I'm not sure what causes it. It's probably something obvious. Probably something obvious and easy to figure out that I just haven't figured out. Turn that off, otherwise the wolf statue shoots you and it hurts. Alright. I'm actually just going to call it there. I know that was super short, but it's been about a half an hour. And I just realized some things I got to get into. So, half an hour stream, honor mode, some disappointments, but